my first question is, obviously, your role is based on a real person. So did you guys keep that in mind when you were building the character, or were you kind of just approaching it just like any other character, like a fictional character? And Annaleigh, if you'd like to start.
Yeah, absolutely. In my situation for this piece, I had no research to go from because there's nothing about this woman. We have one picture of her, and that's it. So the only thing I had to work off were the given circumstances of the situation, the real life events. And so it was really important to me to create a person who was really human and complicated and still lived in the world of the late 70s and 80s, which was a complicated time for women still. And I also wanted to make sure that the connection that she had with Kumail's character, Steve, felt really authentic to the audience, because if she loves him, then hopefully everybody loves him. That was important.
Yeah, and I think that you feel that. I think hopefully, if we've done our job right, seeing Steve through Irene's eyes makes him more palatable because he does some bad things. For me it was the same. There's not much footage of this guy. There's footage of some of the other characters, Nick DeNoia, there's footage of. With Steve, he wasn't good on camera, so there's not much of him on camera, and we have stuff of other people saying stuff about him, and then we have the stuff he did. So I really approached it like the character as written, knowing what he does, and what he eventually does and what he does in the beginning. So I really approached it like I would approach any other character, which is, as written, who is this guy?
Yeah, that's kind of really interesting for you guys, because usually, like you just said, you usually have material to, base
right.
character off of, but you didn't have that.
And these aren't characters who people know, it's not like I'm playing Elvis and you're playing Elvis. We're playing...
Which we're doing in our next project.
Yeah, it's called Elvis and Elvis.
So going off of what you guys were just saying, I have to say I love the first meeting between Irene and Steve. It's so cute, and I fell in love with you guys as a couple. So what was your first meeting like?
It was at a table read. It was just before we started shooting. Our director, Matt Shackman, who's amazing, got us all together in a room just to sit and read the first 2 episodes.
Which is a treasure.
It was so great. And I think immediately we met, and then as soon as we did that first scene together, it just felt like it felt like it made sense. It felt like these were 2 weirdos who had really found each other,
We also really wanted to make sure that there was always an unspoken connection that these 2 people had. Their love language is numbers and math and business and accounting, and that's it's a shared love, a shared interest, a shared passion.